Hi, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing something, again, a little different because I don't feel very good and I just kind of want to do a little chit-chatty, get to know me thing because it's been literally like a year since I did one of these. Yes, I am drinking out of a jar that I took from work. We're not going to talk about it. It had soup in it. I brought it home with soup in it. This is not soup anymore. This has not been soup for a long time. I've had this for like almost, oh god, at least 6 months. It's easy enough to put a straw in, and it's a full liter, so I get multiple liters of water a day. This is good. This helps me. This is a good thing. If you're wondering why I have a band-aid, it's because I cut myself on a cheese grater. Let's jump into this. So, these questions I got just randomly offline, and I grabbed the ones that I wanted and tweaked a few as well. So, I will leave a link down below to where I got the questions from, but like I didn't use all of them, and I also changed a few of them and added a couple of my own. So, if you want to use those, go ahead. If you don't, just make up your own, honestly. Like, I just go on a couple different websites and grab whatever questions you want. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Just whatever you want to do it, kind of thing. So the first question, what time do you go to bed? I've been pretty good lately. I've been going to bed around 5, usually around 6, in the morning. But for a while there, it was getting pretty late. It would be like 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning when I'd go to bed. But I never sleep in later than like 2 p.m. So I just don't, like, sleep is just not really my kind of thing. And I always worked night shifts before this job I have currently. So I'm so used to just being a night owl. And I'm never going to stop doing that. My whole family is night owls. So who is your celebrity crush? So I don't really do celebrity crushes all that often, but I'm going to be the most stereotypical queer person that I could possibly be right now. And I'm going to say Aubrey Plaza because Aubrey Plaza. Also Kat Dennings because Kat Dennings. And we're going to stop there because I'm kind of outing myself as the most generic queer woman ever, even though I'm not even a woman, so sorry. What is your middle name? I have 2. It's Jessica and Paige. I hate them both for different reasons. Dad chose Jessica. I don't like the name. It's not a great name, and Dad's not a great guy, so you know, kind of ignore that side of me as much as I can. And Paige is I just don't like Paige. You can see the sweater I literally took off to put this one on. Listen, I'm not feeling good, so what did I do? I put on this instead of just having my t-shirt that literally has toothpaste on it, and the green sweater, because it was not a matching fit at all, but it was comfortable, and I was happy. So now I'm in my skull sweater. Not like it really matters, because you can't even, like, see it properly, but I got skulls on my shoulders. That's cool, I guess. I don't know. What is your favorite holiday? Halloween. Is there even a different answer that I could possibly say? It's gotta be Halloween. This little tuft of hair is really bothering me. I shaved the sides of my head like a while ago now, and it's growing back, and it's not quite long enough to tuck behind my ear in some spots, but like this side is almost long enough for the whole thing to be tucked behind my ear, so you can't even like tell on this side as much, but like this side, this little guy is always just hanging out, doing his thing. He's just there, and we're not going to judge him. He's just doing his thing. He's hanging out, having a good time. First thing you notice about people. I always tend to look at a person's eyes first. It's usually the first thing I notice is their eye color. I don't know. Being autistic, maybe I'm trying to get eye contact. I don't know. What is your favorite piece of clothing? It is the t-shirt that I'm currently wearing underneath the sweater, but I can't show you. Can I? I don't know. Ugh, if I lean backwards, you can see it, maybe. It's a Daredevil shirt. I don't know if you can even see him. Anyways, probably not. I probably just did that for no reason. But yeah, it's just a Daredevil shirt, you know. I got it off Etsy. I need more stuff from Etsy, but shipping to Canada is usually a pain in the butt. Did you go to college? I didn't go to like a physical academy school kind of college. I went to a small group college. It was 6 of us, training to be CCAs, so continuing care assistants. They're just under nurses. How long was your longest relationship? My longest relationship is 10 years. We're still together, so longer hopefully, but currently 10 years. What would you name your kids? I'm hoping to never have kids, but you know, this is kind of a question that's always coming up, so I do have an answer because you just kind of have to, because it just comes up. Everyone asks this question, especially when you're female presenting. You always get this question. So I would like to name my kids Darcy for a girl, Finley also for a girl, Hayden also for a girl, or I would name them like Echo or Willow. Yeah, like I don't have any boy names. I'm sorry. I don't know boy names. I really like the name Rory, but that's also for a girl in my personal opinion. A lot of the names that I like are more like gender fluid kind of names, but I'd put them more to a girl because I just think I like it more. 10. What was your favorite subject in school? I am the arts all the way through. So English, art, and music were always my favorite classes. And they kind of cycled depending on who the teachers were. But art was always kind of my number one. Music, when we got music in high school, it became one of my favorites. But then we lost my favorite teacher. He just started doing science again because he was a science teacher, and then they needed a music teacher, and he just was really, really good at music himself. Like, he's part of a band that he just does like in his free time, and they kind of do like little restaurant gigs. So he taught it because he was the only musically inclined teacher we had. And then when he switched and we got a different teacher, I stopped liking it because I didn't really like the teacher as much, but I still enjoyed music because I still love music, but I just didn't like the teacher as much, so I didn't have as much fun in the class as I did when he was teaching it. But art I've always loved. Even when I hated the teacher, I still loved art. And then English was kind of on the same level as music, where some teachers were fantastic and I had the best time of my life in English. And then there was other teachers, because I'm dyslexic and autistic. Some teachers just really didn't support me the way I needed it, and it slowly became a class that I dreaded for a while. But then we got a new teacher again, and everything was great, and I loved that teacher, and they loved me, and they supported me and helped me in everything that I needed. So it was all good again. But I hate book reports, and I will always hate book reports, because we were never allowed to use audiobooks. Never. We had to read it physically. And I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I have such a hard time reading the physical book. And I especially did in high school. In high school, I couldn't make it through a physical book. It was not possible for me. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't sit still enough to read one. I didn't want to read one. I would get a little bit into it, and if it was slightly boring, I was not going to ever pick it up again. And I would have such a hard time actually reading that one page would take me well over 15 minutes just to read, because I had to reread constantly because I was missing lines and messing up words, and sentences were all jumbled like I'm doing currently with my words. But that's just because I'm sick and rambling. But book reports sucked. And one teacher only gave book reports, and only gave book reports that I couldn't get audiobooks for, and I wasn't allowed to get audiobooks for. So, I hated her. What is your favorite ice cream flavor? My favorite ice cream flavor is probably cookie dough, because why not? I don't have to justify why it's my favorite ice cream flavor. I just like to eat cookie dough. Is that a crime? Maybe, but I'm still gonna do it. Like, it's not gonna stop me. What was your first job? My first job was actually, surprisingly, at a restaurant. I was a waitress. I can't do front of house stuff at restaurants. I just can't do people. I say as I'm a trained CCA, but like that is extremely different than having to publicly socialize and pretend to be nice to strangers. I just didn't, it just wasn't my thing. I was fine with the cleaning and the like busting tables kind of thing, and they had me on dish duty too, because I was 16, 17 at the time. But I didn't like the talking to people. Like, these were strangers and I was supposed to be nice to them, and I'm like, I don't know who you are. Why are you smiling at me? Please stop looking at me. Yeah, no, it was just not fun for me specifically. How many siblings do you have? So I have 2 sisters, and a bunch of step siblings. So I have my sister Bria, who's a year older than me, my sister Natasha, who is 13 years older than me. She's my half sister, but she's my sister. Like, mom is her mom, and mom's my mom, so obviously, you know, sisters. And then my dad, when he remarried, I got a new stepsister. Her name is Bree. Love her. She's great, but I haven't seen her in years. Just because I don't talk to dad, so, and she's also moved out now, so we have like no reason to talk to each other. That kind of sounds mean, but you know, whatever. So there's Bree, and then before Bree, like when dad and my stepmom got married, or got together, I guess, Bree was 4. Yeah. So, Bree has older siblings, and they're also my stepmother's kids, but they were all older, like way older, and didn't live with her, so I didn't like know them as much. But there's a boy, Sean, who I know the most of out of the other step siblings that I have, because he was like closer to my age, but he was like he was in high school at the time, and I was like 8 or 9. No, 7. Oh my god, math. 7. I was 7. And like he was in high school, so like didn't even matter. And he stayed with Bree's dad instead of like coming to move into the cottage with us. So I didn't really see him much, but when he did come around, he was awesome. Love Sean. He was a great guy. It's a great guy. And then there's Laura, who's the oldest, and I only met her once, because she lives out on the other side of the province, and she came down once when I was 10, 11, and we caught frogs and played Pokemon, and that was great. I loved it. She transferred me level 99 Pokemon. I forget what one it was specifically, but I had Pokemon Black and she had Pokemon White, and she transferred me a legendary, I'm pretty sure, at level 99. And I was like, you're the best person ever. Never leave. Always send me Pokemon. She left. Anyways, what is your favorite book? I put this on this list, even though this is the worst question possible for me. I have way too many favorite books, but I will just go with Witchwings by Claribel A. Ortega or Sadie by Courtney Summers. Those are going to be my top 2 forever and always. Probably, I don't know. Changes by the day. Favorite color. My favorite color has been emerald green for quite a while now. It used to be blue, but it's now green. I just think green looks cooler. I don't know. Just leave me alone. So emerald green. But I also really like pink, and I love the color black, if I can say black as a color. Even though it's like a shade, you know? If I can say black, it's gonna be black, because that's obviously the best one. My favorite hobbies, or like the hobbies that I do, read, write, music, just listening, playing, singing music, video games, and art are what I do in my free time. Yay! This is another one where I kind of screwed myself over by having it on the list. Your favorite movie? I have so many movies that I watch quite often, but the Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy is probably going to have to be my favorite, because I have to watch it at least twice a year. Every 6 months, I'm like, I need it. I need to watch the trilogy. We're coming on to the time where I have to watch all three again. New year, new marathon. So I think I'm gonna have to go with the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies. I just grew up with those, so they're my favorite. 18, cats or dogs? Cats. PC or Mac? PC. I'm a gamer. I play a lot of video games, and I play a lot of video games on my computer, so of course I have to be a Windows gamer. Windows 11. My partner is still Windows 10 because they are terrified to switch over, because they switched over once and it screwed up their computer, even though they didn't download it right, and they have now scared themselves into never going to Windows 11, even though they are very soon going to be forced to go to Windows 11. What are some of your favorite shows? I hate myself for putting this on the list as well. My all-time favorite show, because it has to be, is Daredevil. Netflix's Daredevil. And I'm really hoping that the new series is going to be as good. When I'm filming this, Echo comes out on Tuesday, and I'm really, really excited to see it. Because I've been kind of stalking the production of the show and the trailers and everything, because I am just so excited for Charlie Cox to be back as Matt Murdock and Daredevil. Only good part of She-Hulk. I'm sorry. Like, the show was fine otherwise. It was just, he was the only saving grace for me. Just because of my pure obsession with the character. Like, there's just something wrong with me in a way that I have no idea why, but I just have this one dude, and it's Matt Murdock, that I'm just obsessed with, even though I am adamantly a very, very queer person. Otherwise, like, women all the way. And Matt Murdock. This one fictional character being Daredevil is just, it's just it. And, like, you'd think I'd really, really love Elektra as Daredevil then, but I don't. It's all Matt Murdock as Daredevil. Like, I really love Daredevil, but it's specifically Matt Murdock, which is so odd. Like, why is that character, why is that man in my brain constantly when I don't even like men? One exception, I guess. I don't know. So I guess I'm going with Daredevil. I was gonna list more. Good Omens, really good show. But yeah, let's list a couple. So we got Good Omens, obviously. What We Do in the Shadows, obviously. Teen Titans, the original Teen Titans, because it's a classic and I grew up on it, and they did Raven so good, and then Teen Titans Go came around and did Raven so dirty. Anyways, lastly, book to sum up myself with. I put this one on the list because I, once again, hate myself. A book that sums up myself, my life, my everything is Living with Viola. I forget the author's name. I have it in my little booklet because I had it on my best list my best book list for 2023, which I don't know if I'm going to do a video on here, but like I did it for TikTok. I don't know if I'm going to do it on here. If you guys want to see it, let me know in the comments. If you don't, that's perfectly fine. Like, I'm fine not doing it. I just kind of was feeling in the mood to do the hater kind of vibe. It's by Rosanna Fung, or Rosina Fung. Rosanna, I'm sorry if I said her name wrong. But that is probably the book that sums up my life. And thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day. And fantastic gay day is what I almost said. But you can do that too, absolutely. Go out, be gay, do crimes. I don't care. Have a fantastic day, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.